Hey, good evening, people. This is my weekend video. Try to keep it as short as I can here. Please like the video below if you get a chance, and retweet me at Gumby9662C on Twitter if you get a chance. Appreciate it. I will have it posted on Twitter on my link, so you guys can retweet it whenever you get a chance. Okay. So we have a major thing happening tonight. We have contract row on ES futures. Most of these futures have all are rowing contracts tonight. So, what you got to do, I don't know if you're trading ES, Russell, NASDAQ. Going into Monday, what you really need to do, you can't just put up ES and trade your charts off of that. What you've got to do is put in ESZ22. Okay, that's what we closed on Friday. Okay, so basically, as of Friday, we close around 39.30 area. Okay, but now it's showing 39.63 because the ES itself is representing the H23 contracts. Okay, and that all changed in on the open at 6 o'clock tonight. Okay, so you got to be mindful of that. You really need to have both charts up. So now, if you look at Z22, how did we close the week out? Okay, and if you're a chartist like I am, this is going to really mess our charts up now. Okay, so here's how we close this here on the. I'll use the 1 hour here real quick. So basically, you see how we are on the verge of just completely falling out of bed here with our moving averages and stuff. Okay, that's where we close. We're actually opening in that same area. Technically, okay, we are technically opening in this same area, but now all of a sudden, whenever you go back on the just regular ES, because that's going to be the new, that's the active contract now. Now look at the charts. Now the charts are skewed differently. Okay, we're starting to lose a little bit of steam here, in the charts. So we'll see what happens here. But yeah, the charts are not going to match up. Okay, guys. So basically, whenever you're charting tomorrow, if you're going to trade SPY, then you need to have both the H contract, both those contracts, uh, the H and the Z contracts. It's the Z22s and then the H23s. Okay, you need to have both of those contracts on a chart, and you have to do a comparison between the two charts as you're trading. So this messes things all up here, guys. So I'm a little more bearish for the simple fact we know that a lot of traders are having to roll positions or reposition themselves. And you have to wonder, anytime you're in a forced situation to reposition yourself, when you're getting initial signs of a sell signal in the markets, how much of that capital are they willing to deploy 100% of the capital that they're going to be forced to roll? That's the situation I got going on here, thinking that it's going to possibly cause a drag in the markets, at least for the probably most of this next week. But anything can change. We got FOMC out this week, and then we had CPI out this week, so that could all change. But so we got some major news headlines this week. But definitely got to be aware and mindful of what's going on here. So another thing, we were right at a major power pivot area on ESs. Okay, let me zoom in here so it doesn't look like garbage to you. I know it looks like a lot of mess right now. I'm sorry about that. And I'll zoom in here to where what was going on there Friday. Okay, so what we had going on Friday, we broke down. If you go back to the ESH22, and then I'll zoom back in on it. Give me a second here. Come on, zoom up. I may have typed the wrong one in. Let me go up there and double check it. 1 second here, guys. Daily. What's that again? I can't remember. Oh, 1 second here. Let me find it. Okay, guys. So what you can see here, I got the Z22s that expired Friday, and because the ES rolled, and I did not draw my charts off the actual Z22s. All my drawings are gone. Okay, so this is basically a new chart now because all my drawings transferred over to the current contracts starting today. So, you have to be mindful of that. What we got going on here, this here is a power pivot. It was the 3964 area of Friday. Okay, we broke down away from that. Okay, see how we broke down away from that? We're currently trading right down here away from this. Okay, this is our power pivot that we broke down away from there Friday. Now, if you just type in ES now, you zoom back in here. Okay, we are currently trading right at the power pivot on the current contracts. Okay, so you see there's a big difference there, and you can't sit there and try to think you know what happened Friday is going to carry through to today, because now these are our active contracts, and so you got to be aware of both scenarios in today's trading, and this goes for the Russell, the Ready RTY, and this also goes for the Nasdaq, the NQs. So that the charts are not going to match up right to start the week here. So be mindful of that. Okay, guys, I'm going to go through the way I try to deem bullish or bearish breadth in the markets. I got about 24, 25 tickers, which I follow the Megatechs. These are the biggest the stocks in the market. I track about 25 stocks, and we're currently showing about 12 of them still above 113 exponential moving average. Okay. And there's a couple of these that are just on the cusp of breaking down lower if we get any further downside, like Microsoft, for one. Of course, it's the biggest market cap. So the weighting of that going below that 113 just adds more fuel to the fire to the downside if and when that happens. Because mainly because it's the one with the biggest weighting. It amounts for three of any of the others, 3 to 4 times any of the others, and it looks like it's about to go into bearish camp here. Now here's the flip side of my list. So I guess it comes down to 21. 21 names that I got on my list, total list. These have already crossed below the 113, with Microsoft looking like early on this week is going to do the same. Okay, so be mindful of that. Microsoft being such a heavy weighting on that on this bull bear breadth indicator that I use. Okay. Another one that I wanted to show you guys. This is the Ready from Friday's contract, and we just completely, utterly broke away from my 22 EMAs and started a full-on breakdown pattern there Friday. Now, if you just type in the Russell / RTY, because it did roll, I want to point out, even with the Russell, the Ready, because we do have a change in contract, we are still well below the exponential moving averages here, still acting very weak here. So this is a heavily weighted the energy sector and the banking sector. Okay, and even a large position in the Tesla in this index. So just keep that in mind going forward here. Really acting weak here. This is going to be likely our leader to start the week. So we want to watch this. This is a broken pattern. We want to really keep a close eye on this and see if we get confirmation. If we start this contract losing these prior lows here, that's a pretty good indication that less money's being rolled over into the new contracts, and there's going to be some profit taking here the first of the week. Okay, so that's just a quick down and dirty look at what I'm looking at here. But because of the contract row, it makes things quite murky, a lot more murky than normal, and so very difficult to discern how the price actions are going to play out here. And ordinarily you just have one futures contract, and hey, this is what's going to happen to the market. But since we have two contracts that both have merit. You've got to be extremely careful here on your trading, in my opinion. So good luck tomorrow. You know, I think we're in a at least a short term down cycle here, at least to start the week. And you know, once that news comes out, it's hard to say what'll happen. So uh, we'll see what happens here. And we do have some nice gaps, not far below us at all here in the markets. Like if you go to SPY, I'm really watching that SPY. Let me find it here. 1 second. Yeah, to finish my video off here, there's a nice gap down here that has not been revisited for some time now, since the end of October. And you know, it looks like that we might be starting a test or a fill of this gap. So be very mindful of that. And you know, on SPY, you know, you're looking to fill the gap. That puts us all the way down to 375. So you know, be mindful of that scenario if that were to start developing here. One other final takeaway here. We have an up channel right here to the yellow uptrending channel. And then I have a downtrending channel, you know, since market highs. Okay. And this up channel, we are threatening breaking out of that up channel here on the SPY. Now, if I go out here in a daily time frame, you can see this better. Yeah, well, let me turn my study off, make it easier for you guys to see that. I'll just put a blank study there. Okay, there you go. Now that cleared it up, make it easier for you guys to see it. And go into daily time frame real quick here. And what I got going on here, you see this channel. We are threatening a break out of that channel. Okay, you know, it's acted as support there, acted as resistance right here, and we are threatening a break out of that channel, you know, for a potential move back into the central pivot of the Andrews pitchfork. Okay, so you know, this could very easy, that Andrews pitchfork right there, if you zoom in real quick, the mid of this there right there, so that puts us down inside of this gap, the midline of that puts us inside this gap right here, gap that I've been watching here. Okay, that's the midline of your Andrews pitchfork. You know, so keep an eye on that. Breaking that midline really accelerates any downside action. So be very mindful of that scenario that we potentially are not looking too hot here to start the week. So just be quite mindful of that scenario. Okay. So please leave comments below if you're seeing stuff that I'm not seeing, and you know, we'll see what happens first week. Thanks a lot for watching my video.